New York, or Vancouver, which I'm going back to. So the thing is like, I would be waking up, get maybe an hour of sun, and then, and then literally like, I would wake up, I would get an hour of sun, and then go to bed. You know, or not go to bed, I'm sorry, and then live my life. And usually by that time, everything's closed, just because I couldn't, like, yeah, my sleep schedule is all over. But then I woke up this morning at 6 a.m., and I saw the morning light. I saw that pale morning light for the first time in a very long time. And even though I ended up going back to sleep, I ended up writing this little song, which is the first song I've written in literally a month, maybe a little longer now. So I'm hoping you guys like it. I actually made up the little strumming part when I was like watching a movie yesterday. But yeah. Oh, I've been up all night. Oh, I've been up all night. I already screwed it all up. Let me restart. Oh, I've been up all night. Been going to bed well after 5. Been so long since I felt alive. Now I wake up to the morning light. The winter's been long and very harsh. 4 hours of sun, the rest is dark. But Zeus's sword is very sharp. I know that there's no time to waste in this life, especially when I'm young and should be full of light. But I've been awake so long, the tunes have lost the song. It feels right to be wrong. Oh, what do I know of death? I fear it with no claim but my breath. I can't tell you what was before or next time, but right now I finally have the day ahead. I can't tell you what was before or next, but now I have the day ahead. Yeah. That is the song. That is the song I wrote this morning. It's it's been a crazy time. Also, my hair's getting longer, just because I've been away from the show, which is really cool. Yeah, man. The other thing, like, that's been going through my head is, like, all these existential thoughts. I think everyone gets them at a certain point. Like, it's been tough. I mean, like, the whole idea of death is scary. The idea that you will no longer exist. But then you also have to contemplate the fact that you didn't exist before, and that you don't understand your existence now. It's just all it's a long, winding road down to nothing, and all that happens is that you stop appreciating the life that you have. There's a toll for curiosity, just like anything else. Yeah, it's there. It's right. It's something. What's it like in New York? It's good. It's good. I feel like death is the least scary. I mean, that's the last line of the song, is admitting that I did write it, yeah. That's the whole last. What do I know? What do I know of death? I fear it with no claim but my breath. You know what I mean? The only claim I have to fear it is that it is something that I don't have and don't understand yet, and that makes me spin into a tizzy. You also have to remember that there was actually a couple really cool little thoughts that have come out of all this spiraling, right? The crazy thing is, one of the ideas of I think therefore I am is a basis of psychology, right? It's Rene Descartes. He was trying to find the one thing that we could all agree on is true, right? So it's the idea of okay, so I think therefore I am. I know because I'm observing existence. I know that I exist because then I can observe. You know what I mean? I worry about death, especially when it's preventing me from sleeping. So one of the things that is scary from this idea is the idea of solipsism, right? Is the idea that very plausibly, not plausibly, but possibly, there is the idea that you are the only thing that exists and the rest of the people are just fleshy robots. Now, the thing about it is you may not prove that outside things exist, right? You're trying to prove that outside things exist. My proof of that, someone else has already come up with this, I'm sure, but the one that I came about just thinking about it too much is the idea that if I'm observing myself being alive, and I know that I'm alive, right? Because I can observe myself being alive. I can observe other things. I can observe other things even being alive. I can observe other things changing, and therefore, at very least, they exist. You see what I mean? You can't prove that another person's perspective is all this, right? On the long, winding road to nothing, you just set on your lice. I don't know what that means, Jacob. The live. I still don't know what that means. But I mean, that's the idea, though. That's the whole idea, is that you can actually observe other things, therefore, you observing yourself, you know it's valid, so therefore, why is not observing other things valid? You know, Plato's cave, right? I'm referring to death, yeah, exactly. What are you talking about, LOL? You know, Plato's allegory of the cave is very interesting, right? So his whole idea is that if there are people and they're in a cave and they're watching shadows of these people holding up little animals and little various things. Basically, they're watching a TV, right? There's a light behind them, there's a shadow, but it's Plato, he didn't have TV. So they're sitting there watching that since the moment they were born to the moment they die, therefore that is existence. They don't see the other people around them even. The existence is what are the shadows. However, if they were to climb out of the cave and think of doing that, they would see a broader view of existence. How do we know that we're not in the cave? How do we know that we're not observing only a smidgen of reality? And, science actually backs this up, right? So science, at least on a very, very, very basic scale, not on a philosophical scale just yet, but definitely on a microcosm, is the idea that there are many bands of light that we can't see. Now, the crazy thing is that humans are the only known species that can see all wavelengths of light, right? Because we have built machines that allow us to see it, right? So, right, we can observe gamma rays, and we can observe microwaves, and, all the way down to radio waves, right? But that also begs that there's a philosophical metaphor, right? There's a one-to-one correspondence in the fact that if we can't see everything, how do we know we're experiencing everything? And we have to admit that we know that we cannot experience everything. Now, the idea that you are alive and you're looking out through your eyes and all of a sudden you will no longer, it's a scary idea. But then also, so is sleep. So is the idea that you are no longer conscious when you sleep, and we don't fear that. It's very interesting little abundancy of crazy questions and anxiety-filled ones as well. I mean, that's like the whole idea. All these songs that I've written, right, is they all, I've realized, have the same theme over all this time, and it's all about just being in this weird spot between the grown-ups and children. I'm 18 years old. It's weird to watch Diary of a Wimpy Kid, like I did today, watch them and remember what it was like to be that age. I mean, being that age, you know what I mean? Like, I remember being that age. In fact, if I woke up tomorrow and all of a sudden it was all a dream and I was still that age, I think a part of me would still believe that. I know it wouldn't, but especially when I'm not sleeping over and over, you start to realize that your brain starts to slow down and you really can't process things. I don't feel alive very often. It's just an interesting conundrum of all these things coming together. The other idea is, like, if you know that you are real, how can things outside affect you? We don't have proof that, right, if you knock your head really hard, you are going to have problems balancing and problems with, mental dysfunction, right? Therefore, the outside world can affect your consciousness. It's very interesting. I don't know, I'm just rambling now. But either way, I realized all these songs were about being this weird age of not used to being grown up yet. It's a very strange way to be, because I'm living a grown-up's life. And I'm very blessed to be, and I love my life, and I'm very happy with my life. I'm very happy with everything I've done with my life to this point. I wish to continue more. Yeah. It's just weird thinking that I'm not a kid anymore. I'm so used to being a kid. And playing one on television, I'm sure, doesn't help with that, but... Dude, I'm 17, I have the same feeling, right? It's like, feel like I shouldn't be here. I feel like I'm the kid. I'm not the adult. It's so strange. It's strange to see the kids younger than me and relate to them so much and know that I obviously can't as well. But then it's also weird to relate to adults. I mean, I remember sitting there and I was with someone. I was with my friend. And her boyfriend were there, and her boyfriend was in his 40s, and that's how it is, because I'm friends with all these adults. And I just remember sitting there and talking just normally, and everyone's in their 40s and late 30s, and it's weird. It's just a weird thing. Like, I feel equal all of a sudden. It's such a weird feeling. And I remember even as a kid just feeling like I almost was in denial of getting older. It's not going to happen to me. I always have another year of school. That's the other thing. As soon as you take away things from the material world, you start to dive deeper into your own mind. You start to feel like you're underwater a little bit, right? I mean, not the idea that COVID took away so much stimulus from all of our lives. It's jarring, because then we have to question, why am I alive? I have to start questioning, what is being alive? How is this different? And you have to say, well, the only thing that's different is that I'm not obsessed with these menial tasks. Ooh. Put it there. I'm turning 16. I'm very nervous. I'm so comfortable talking to younger people. It seems grown-ups and scary and challenges. I think one of the things that you have to realize is that the grown-ups are in the same position that you are. And that's something I've been realizing, right? Is the idea that no one knows what they're doing. I know that's like something that people say a lot, but it's something that everyone means. if sometimes science were to find the meaning of our existence, why I'm here, we'd all be doing it. If one person found it, and if it was something implicit to the human condition enough that it would work for all of us, it would spread like wildfire. Thing is that either it hasn't been discovered or it doesn't exist. There is a third option, though. There's the option that everyone individually has that thing. Or maybe only some people do. And that's interesting as well, because that means it wouldn't be shared, therefore that's why I'm not experiencing it, but also other people in their lives seem content with it. It's interesting. Wait till you're I'm 19 and still know what to do with my life. I get you. Believe me, I get you. It's a frustrating feeling. It feels like there are a million things to do, and none of them are the thing. And I am very lucky that I found my thing, right? I found acting. That makes me really happy. It really, it's my passion. It's why I want to live and do. At the same time, COVID takes a lot of that away from you, right? I mean, I'm lucky to be doing it during COVID, but I've also just seen so many of my friends fall down the rabbit hole. There's the idea of existentialism as well, which to my understanding is the idea that you have to just find the beauty in the nothing, right? That idea of nihilism can be answered with a change of attitude rather than a change of fact, which is a very interesting goal to achieve, but it's quite hard to get there as well. It's hard to disassociate from the world at the same time, care about it enough to find it beautiful, but if you can get to that spot, you might have found happiness. I'm 18, I haven't found my passion yet. It's unsettling not knowing what you want to do. You're not alone. I also think there's a misconception going around that your job has to be your life. Oftentimes, your life is your friends, it's your people, it's the things that bend your course a long time. Whereas your job is something that you can contribute to society so it can pay you back in the freedom that is money, right? You're contributing something through your job. Or you're reflecting on society and contributing your reflection in the idea of art, right? So no job will make you that happy, right? A job is something that you either do to serve a broader life, or it's something that you do and that passion is the actual movement, right? Like in the case of science, right? I've always thought science is an interesting idea because science is a verb, right? It's an action. It's a process rather than just a subject. I think thinking about it as a subject is very different than just thinking about it as a process. If you enjoy doing that process, just like if you enjoy discovery and working hard for that discovery, just as one would enjoy playing music, then you've found what you can do, and it's also beneficial to society. It's something. Greeting from Kazakhstan. Oh, I hope you're all right. I heard the news out there. It sounds rough. No, I wrote a little song about this. I think I must have sang it once, but it's just about that numbness, right? I was feeling so numb. I'm feeling like, and that's what I've been feeling lately. I feel like there's a fog between my eyes and my brain, and no matter how much I try to wake up out of it, like, it just doesn't seem to want to happen for me, right? It's also a lack of sleep and a lack of rhythm that does that to you. But yeah, no, I wrote a song. It's all in like little pentameter as well, I believe, right? Yeah, sometimes I walk the streets at night when I'm that one doesn't. Sometimes I walk the streets at night when I'm exhausted but just can't sleep right. I wear a coat but the cold slips in. It's nice. Sometimes I walk the streets at night when I'm exhausted but just can't sleep right. I wear a coat but the cold slips in, but nothing I feel out there nothing I feel out there will ever reach within. I'm not just lonely, I'm utterly lost, but I'll keep on waiting till this haze has passed. So long ago I remember feeling clear. But it's been so long, I might just disappear. I have ambition but no dreams, 1,000 jobs, but none are made for me. A nowhere man, stuck in a hazy sleep. I'm not unique, I'm just another creep. I'm not lonely, I'm utterly lost, but I'll keep on waiting till this haze has passed. So long ago I remember feeling clear, but it's been so long, I might just disappear. But on this one walk, with nothing in mind, I just took a pause and started to cry. So on that walk I felt alive. I started to run, with tears still in my eyes. But just as I was free from my cage, I found myself go back into that haze. I'm not just lonely, I'm utterly lost, but I keep on waiting till this haze has passed. So long ago I remember feeling clear, but it's been so long, I might just disappear. Definitely does mean, but yeah, that was a song I wrote just about that haze, just not feeling alive. I also realized that when I focus on it, it's worse. When you think about thinking, less of your energy is spent thinking. Very interesting. My good dude needs some perspective. I'll take it. Whatever you got. Answer questions, Alex, please. It's a good song. Thank you. Song is deep. I love the lyrics. I can relate to it. You're a talented young man. You seem mature for your age. Oh, that's very nice. You can be a singer or songwriter or both. That's very nice of you. We want an album. I don't know. I thought about it, actually. I actually think... I mean, it might be a really fun project. I just don't know how to produce. I don't know how to produce at all. I don't know what I would do. Like, I don't know what the steps would be. It just seems daunting, to say the least. What's your advice when people have high expectations of you? Also, great song. Oh, that's right. I'm not one to be giving advice. First of all, let me preface it with that. I don't know enough. People have high expectations of you. Don't hold them to yourself, is one. But also realize that it's a compliment. Realize that that an expectation has a basis of belief. Right? You cannot expect something without believing that it may happen. Take it as a compliment, and then, like any other compliment, discard it. Don't let it affect your ego. What is drowning in oil? Oh, Lord. What is this? I forgot when I wrote that. I was young once too. Under the pale blue moon. I forgot I wrote this. And I grew on old. Life laid out its wrath. I could have yelled, I could have screamed. I still do in my eyes and dreams. It took me when I was alone, but now I'm drowning in oil. I felt so alone in this school of phones. No shelter to keep warm. I began to bruise just to let it loose. I feel I have no form. I could have yelled, I could have screamed. I still do in my eyes and dreams. It took me when I was alone, but now I'm drowning in oil. Oh, this is a story song, that's what it is. You know what it was? I was assigned in school to write about addiction. Oh my god, this is really dark. I forgot. The story gets darker. Want to hear it? You were just a pill, and I had no will. But now I don't feel as lonely. It's not all the time. You just take up my mind. Oh God, I feel so phony. I could've yelled, I could've screamed. I still do in my eyes and dreams. It took me when I was alone, but now I'm drowning in oil. I didn't have a drive, just a need to survive. 30 but 40 older. Time takes its toll, then you're all alone. Feet of glass, world on shoulder. Now I look at youth, figment no truth. Breathing is treading water. My skin worn to white, I live only the night. I'm not alive, I'm a rotter. I could've yelled, I could've screamed. I still do in my eyes and dreams. It took me when I was alone, and now I feel so old. My life already sold. My lungs fill with oil. That was for health class. I did not do a single assignment, I don't believe, that year. And then I submitted this song as my final project, because you're supposed to write a song about addiction. And then this was it. I just forgot this existed. That's why I started singing it. That was really dark for no reason. You know what is the best song I ever wrote for a school project? I wrote a song about the Great Depression. Is it here? No, it's in my notes somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. I wrote a song about the Great Depression, and it was really sad. Yeah, I love you, dear. I love you, dear. Oh my God, that's gonna send me back. Let me see if I find it. No. There's a recording we sing it. That was the other interesting thing, right? Show your armpit. At this point, why not? There's my armpit. Like, what do you need that for? People be like, where's the Great Depression song? It's so, that was the interesting thing, again, it was like time, that idea, that it could be a construct, you know, that idea that time could be a construct. You can't prove that the past exists because you can't directly observe the past. You can remember what happened and then also see what resulted of that memory. Oh my God. This is like deep in my Bob Dylan phase. I'm really trying to find my Great Depression song. I want to say it was like, it was 2020. It was early 2020, which I cannot believe is 2 years ago now. That's the interesting thing. Like, this past year has just been, not care. People not care for a quote if they are not from a great man. True. What is this? It's an attempt at a sonnet? Oh God, I forgot I used to write sonnets. Lord. I'm really, like, I am happy that I did grow out of that kind of stuff. I wrote one really good sonnet once. That is a ridiculous little note I wrote to myself. I'm trying to find my little Depression song. It's from the Great Depression. It to my ex-girlfriend, actually, at one point. Counter picture on it. Don't cry about what you've lost, for you will only turn your back on what you have, and you're not looking. And when you're not looking, the rest will flee too. That is a lovely little thought here. I don't know where my stupid little song. I might actually have it. Wait, I have a Google Docs because I submitted it. I can't believe you guys are like still here with me as I'm searching so hard for this song. No, you broke my heart with that ex-girlfriend. Wait, the Great Depression song. I love you. I totally wrote all my sons. What is this? Yeah. Oh my God. December December 1st, 1928. You took my life and you made it great. I looked at you for the very first time, and you gazed up at your little chime. You You came to me when your mama died. I held you closer and I cried. But even though I shed a tear, I love you, dear, I love you, dear. And we will have a fight, and we will make it through. If Hoover gives us plight, we will make it too. It was 1929 when the sky came down for the second time. We still have food we wouldn't pour. Before how long I wasn't sure. I couldn't shelter under my cap and gown, not when the rain was coming so hard down. So I sold my pride for apples and fear, saying I love you, dear, I love you, dear. And we will have a fight, and we will make it through. If Hoover gives us plight, we will make it too. The work was long and you were there, seeing every man's pass and stare. Every time I thought I was done, I'd look at you, my little son. If Hoover gives us plight, we will make it too. It happened so quick when you got sick. Please know I tried, I really tried. The hospitals didn't want us there, so I took you home and I gave you care. I remember your smile and your little grin, saying I know we'll win, I know we'll win. But it was the day you died. That was the last time I ever cried. Now I sit alone here, singing I love you, dear, I love you, dear, I love you, dear, I love you, dear. Yeah, you see, like in the Great Depression, a lot of people with college degrees, they couldn't make any money anymore, so they started selling apples, and they were apple men, I think they were called. They were apple. They would have these little apple boxes, and they'd be selling apples, and that's what happened to the main character here. Is that the mother died early in this kid's childhood, and then Great Depression hit. He couldn't work in his educated thing anymore, and the money started running out more and more from the savings, and then all of a sudden he had to sell apples, and then the little kid got sick. They tried to go to the hospital, and they didn't take him, and then he took him home, gave him care, and then the little kid died. It's really do you have any family that went through the Great Depression? I think so. I don't know. It's like over almost 100 years ago now. That was like, I wrote it for a class, and then I sent it to my then girlfriend, and then she was like, "Oh my God, this is great." So yeah, that was that. It's really sad. It's like really sad for no reason. I think it reminded me how long ago 2020 was now. What is it? Da, 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 da. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Oh my god, I'm failing at this. Let me actually look up the chords. I'll end it on that. I'll end it on Here Comes the Sun. Here Comes the Sun, I didn't think much of it. I mean, it's a George Harrison, so I already like it better than most Beatles songs. But the thing is, it's like, with Here Comes the Sun, what is it? I listened to it with my friends. I just came back from season 1, and I listened to it to my friends the night before they all left for college. Yeah. Thoughts about existentialism. I really appreciate the depth. But the thing is like, probably sometime next week I'm gonna have all these songs stuck in my head. I won't look them up on Google. That's really funny. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll try to like release something. I don't know, but yeah. We all went to College Point. We're overlooking the city that we're all about to leave, and it's just a hard concept to grasp that our childhood was over. We're all 18 and we're all leaving. And so this was playing. I'm sorry, sad songs were playing. My friend was playing sad songs. I said, give me the phone. And I started playing, even though I was still feeling foggy at that time. I should have gotten some sleep then even. But I started playing Here Comes the Sun on the phone. And then we all just started dancing around. Apparently George Harrison wrote it in Eric Clapton's garden. I don't think he'd ever really realized what this song could mean to people. Because all of a sudden we realized that at the end of this pandemic, we got ripped off of our last 2 years of school, and like we're old now and we're growing up, and it's a hard feeling to grasp, is that your childhood's over and I don't know what it means to be an adult. And adulthood isn't as fun. The thing about it is that even the stupidest, darkest night eventually has a day. Unless you live in Alaska, in which case you will have 6 months of darkness and 6 months of light. But the earth keeps turning as long as you're on it. I don't think he ever really accepting of that. It's a hard thing. I'm sorry. It's hard to accept time moving on, but you have to remember that the sun comes with it. So it's just a powerful song. I don't think George Harrison could have realized that when he wrote it. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I'll say it's alright. What is it? Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. It feels like years since you've been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I'll say it's alright. Oh, little darling, its smiles returning to the faces now. Little darling. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, yeah, here comes the sun, and I'll say it's alright. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I'll say it's alright. Good night, everyone. Hope the sun rises for you.